Welcome, everyone, to the very first episode of our ranking regular show season episodes. And today we're going to start off with season one, all 12 episodes ranked in this tier list from S to D.
All right, and let's get into it, I guess.
Yep.
Starting off, we have episode number one, The Power. Uh, Personally, I think this is an S, either an A or an S tier episode. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree that it's A or S. Um, you know, First episode, regular show, very iconic. A lot of great moments. I honestly love this episode. Personally, I'd put it in S, but not A is also acceptable. So I say do what you want with that one.
All right, I'm
But
gonna, for right now, I'll put it in A. If we decide
yeah,
later, we can.
yeah. Um, you want to give like the synopsis and
Oh
stuff,
yeah. So
just for the viewers to refresh their memory.
yeah, so the synopsis of episode one, The Power, is Mordecai and Rigby want to fix a hole in their wall. That's the
Yeah.
synopsis of that. The episode 2 just set up the chairs. Mordecai and Rigby want to prove to Benson that they're not slackers by setting up some chairs for a birthday party. Uh,
Great
uh,
episode.
what are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking probably A.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, borderline S probably. I just think we'll need to come back and compare it with the other ones to see what our final decision will be. But great episode. I love watching this episode.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think for now A is probably good.
I agree. For right now. The next episode is Caffeinated Concert Tickets, where Mordecai and Rigby work overtime in order to get tickets to a fist pump concert. Uh, I personally didn't like this episode a whole lot. I thought it was a I thought it was a good third episode. I don't know if I don't know. It felt off to me. I don't know
Yeah.
about you.
Obviously, you know this that I love this episode.
Yeah.
Um, this is probably one of the episodes I've watched the most. Especially from season one.
Right.
Um,
It's your
yeah.
dad's it's your dad's favorite
It,
episode too, isn't it?
fun fact: this is my father's favorite regular show episode of all time, mainly because of the coffee bean and his caffeinated breasts. You know, he gets a kick out of that. But
Yeah.
also, a good song choice in
Yeah,
this
this
episode.
was the first actually we can get to facts later, but this was
Yeah,
the first song in regular show was Working for the Weekend, which was in
yeah,
this episode.
yeah. Personally, um, I know you gave your thoughts on it, but I do not believe that you ranked it, or what
Oh,
you think would be the rank.
I have not ranked it yet. I think I would put it in B personally.
Okay.
Would you probably have it probably S or A?
Yeah, I would say S or A. I can definitely see why it wouldn't be S. I don't believe that it is better than the first two episodes, but I really do like it. I'd personally say A. I will settle for a B. I won't be upset if we put it in B,
Right? No,
but
I think we can put it in A.
yeah,
Would you want to
I
move? Would you want to move
agreed.
the power and just set up the chairs up?
I'm really thinking about it.
All right, we can hold off on
Really
this
thinking about it, but we'll hold off on it for right now.
for episode number 4 is Death Punchies, where Rigby wants to beat Mordecai at Punchies. You can start with this one.
I'll start with this one. Okay. Very good episode. Lead, starts off the whole Death Kwando thing, which is a recurring, I don't want to say theme, but
Like just a recurring like
it's
character.
recurring characters and just place for future episodes.
Right.
Um, I mean, honestly, I don't have much to say for this one. It's a great episode.
Yeah. I'm very biased because it's the start of the Death Kwon Do,
Mhm.
however many episodes there were, but the recurring event of Death Kwon Do. So
Yeah,
I would also put it at A.
yeah. Again, I don't think it's. I think it, I don't think it's as good as the first two episodes, though.
No, which is why I'm
So
thinking we move the power and just set up the
yeah,
chairs.
you want to just do that? We can just do that now
Yeah.
because yeah, we're gonna have to have some S tiers, and I honestly, it's gonna be hard to beat
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah. We keep saying this for all of them. It's gonna inevitably.
Yeah, yeah.
Episode 5 is Free Cake, where Mordecai and Rigby want to throw Skips a surprise birthday party with cake. Just can't forget the
Uh,
cake part.
yeah. You can start this one.
I didn't think this episode was too terrific. I really did enjoy it. The chocolate cake looked delicious. Uh, but it wasn't anything like it didn't feel as special as the power or like just sit up the chairs. It just felt like a normal regular show episode, as normal as it can get anyway.
Yeah, normal's a very interesting term for a regular show,
Right.
but I do know where you're coming from. It is a pretty. I do enjoy it. I think it's a pretty good episode. You know, it's one that I can sit down and watch, and I won't complain about it, obviously. But I just think compared to the other ones, it's not as. It's just not as complete, I guess, or just as either funny or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still a good episode, and it's got some good gags in it too. I love the chocolate cake. I say that all the time,
You
and
do say that all the time.
yeah, and I do believe this one also introduces to the floating babies and Gary, which
Yes.
make frequent returns in the series. But looking at it from just a single episode, not including the future, um, I don't know. I'd say I'd say A or B. I think
Ooh, I'd say A or B too. I we can put it on B, and then
we'll put it in B for
if we
now.
think it goes up, then
Yeah,
this is also compared to the other 4 episodes we ranked. So,
exactly.
um, next episode I believe is Meet Your Maker.
Yep.
Mordecai and Rigby must find some new hot dogs after accidentally burning the old ones without Vincent finding out. Uh, you want to start with this one, or should I just?
Yeah. Uh, I'll start with this one
Okay.
because I already know that we have uh, differing opinions on this one,
Yeah, slightly
which
differing.
is understandable, but it's nothing drastic.
Yeah,
I personally love this episode. I don't think I'd put it S tier,
I would not.
um, but I can 100% see why people don't like this episode or why it might weird them out. You know, hot dog cannibalism isn't something people love to see.
Not
Um,
often, anyway.
Not often, anyway. I guess I'm just weird that I thought it was hilarious. I don't know what it is about it. I actually don't know specifically what it is about this episode that I like so much. Um, but I do. I just like it.
I'm.
But I definitely don't think it's an S tier.
I don't think so. I would put it as B or C
I'm not.
probably, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of this. This was the first episode of regular show that I watched, or that I remember watching anyway. Uh,
Hmm.
and I am a little bit biased because I like when shows undergo like revising, so I can see the difference of the shows. And
Of
this
course.
was one of the first episodes I remember got revised and then re-aired. So,
Hmm.
but the show or the episode as a whole, especially compared to the other episodes, I would B or C would be my placement of it.
Yeah. I'm okay with this, B.
Yeah.
I think a B is solid for this episode.
Yeah, I agree. Now, on to an episode that we both really enjoy,
Oh yeah.
Grilled Cheese Deluxe, where Mordecai and Rigby have a lying contest to see who's a better liar, which leads them to becoming astronauts. Which I I'm very, very biased to this episode. It is my favorite episode in the season. I don't know if in the series, but it's up there for sure. Uh, I like the song that they use. I like the concept of the episode. I like lying your way to victory. Uh, this is an S tier episode for me.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree with you that that is an S tier episode. I love this episode so much. I mean, you pretty much covered every single thing that I love about this episode.
Yeah,
Uh, so not much of an analysis from me because it's simple. S tier. Good episode.
best episode.
Best
Really,
episode.
really enjoyable. Up next is uh, the unicorns have got to go.
The unicorns have got to go.
Where Mordecai buys a cologne and that attracts a group of jerk unicorns. I, I'm gonna immediately place this D tier. I hated this episode. There was something about it. I couldn't stand it.
Let me tell you something. I 100% agree.
Let's
Uh,
go.
you know, honestly, I think we might need to make a new tier and just call it "Unicorns Have Got to Go" because this
I'm
is
on it.
just, whew, it's bad. There you go. But
Unicorns.
yeah, there's not much to say about this one. It's just not an enjoyable episode to watch, you
No,
know.
no, it really isn't. Like it.
And it's one that if it's playing, I'm immediately skipping it. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch it.
I
There's
mean,
so many other good regular show episodes that I would
yeah.
rather watch.
This definitely brings down the season a little bit, but it's one episode. Like you gotta one episode
Oh
out of
yeah,
12 being bad is amazing.
no yeah. I mean, there's always going to be a bad episode. You can't not have a bad episode.
True. It
It just happens to be this one.
This episode actually gives me a feel of like a mixture between like Party Pete's episode and the Blondikai episode, but like all the worst parts of both of them.
Yeah, I can see that. What
uh,
we
but
got next?
no, very much in its own tier with how bad it is. Prank Callers is next. Mordecai and
Okay.
Rigby want to prank call the master prank caller. Hmm. You can start this one.
Pink colors. Wow. Um, you know, it's a good episode. I like prank callers. I think it's actually an underrated episode. You know,
Hmm.
personally, I'd probably put it in A or B. I don't think comparing it to the other episodes, it's as good. Especially as like the Power Girl, she's deluxe.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
it's
it,
definitely
it's
not an
it's
S
not
tier.
it's definitely not an S tier episode, but it's definitely not a bad episode.
No,
I'd say it's an above average episode.
I'd say it's on par with Free Cake, so I'm okay with
Yeah,
putting B.
yeah, I think it's a B.
Because looking at death punchies and prank calls, I do appreciate the kind of going through decades, kind of like the time, not time skip, but more of time regression almost. I do like that in a lot of different shows that I watch.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, I don't think it's done bad here. It's just compared to the other episodes, got the short end of the stick.
exactly. Yeah, I agree with the
All
B.
right, B it is. Now we have three more. Uh, Starting off our final three is Don, which is
Okay.
Rigby wants to get rid of his younger accountant brother, Don, when he comes to the park to fix an audit. Uh, I I wish I liked Don more. I honestly like Don the character. The episode was fine, but fine is about all it was. If I wanted to watch an episode of somebody coming to fix something, I would watch any episode with Tecmo in it. I like Tecmo a lot more.
Yeah, I also do like Tacmo, but Don, I like Don. I think it's a pretty good episode. Um, I just really like the concept of Don. I like the concept of his character, and I love how they introduced him. I think it was really cool. It's just funny, honestly, how Rigby talks about his brother, and then he pulls up in his car, and all you can see is his head. It just looks like he looks like a twin of Rigby until
Yeah.
he gets out, and he's like 6 feet taller than Rigby and just jacked, which I thought was hilarious, especially as a kid. Like that took me by surprise.
Oh, I definitely
But
appreciate it.
no, but yeah, when you look at the episode, you know, as a whole, I do think it's a pretty average episode.
Yeah.
I enjoy the whole thing of like Rigby trying to get over, his jealousy
Yeah.
of his brother, but I don't know. I just don't think there's a lot of specialty in this episode.
No.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So B is probably what you're thinking then.
Yeah, I'm thinking B.
Do you think, looking at what we have in B right now, do you think that Free Cake, Meet Your Maker, Prank Callers, and Don are on the same level?
Honestly,
And do you think any of
oh,
them are as good as Caffeinated Concert Tickets or Death Punchies?
that's a tough one. I think I like free cake where it's at.
Yeah.
I think free cake is good. Um,
Meet Your Maker.
yeah, I think Meet Your Maker's a B. I mean, personally, I'd have it an A, but
Yeah.
I don't think. But
I
yeah, I think we could just put it at B. I'm going a little
If you're okay with B, then
extreme.
we can put it in B.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with B.
And then
Um,
Prank Callers and Don.
I think
I
prank
think
callers might be. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think they're good where they're at, but what were you gonna say about Prank Callers?
I was gonna say prank callers is probably my personal favorite out of all those. But I don't know. I think they should all be in B still.
Okay,
'Cause I don't think either of those are as good as the ones in A right now.
I agree. Which leads us to Rigby's body, where Rigby wants to get his body back after losing it from eating too much junk food. This was an episode, and I liked it for all the wrong reasons, I think.
Well, that's a good fact. It was an episode. It's a
Thank
good
you.
point.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm here for.
yeah, I think you have more to say about it.
Uh, Not yet. I'll wait to hear what you have to say about it.
Okay. I enjoy this episode. I do think it's a pretty good episode. Um, I thought it was funny.
Is that it?
I'm trying to think, man.
Uh, like I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a decent episode. Had good life lessons in it. Uh, if you eat too much junk food, eat one salad and you'll be fine.
Yes,
That is actually true. Uh,
that is true.
it has
Salads are great.
it has worked for me. They're underrated, yeah. Uh,
I love salad.
but the episode itself, uh, I don't know. There were parts of it that I liked, and parts of it I thought were more memorable than the actual plot of the episode. But
Yeah,
I like Rigby's little bucket bucket on a skate invention. I like Muscleman and Five's voices being different.
yeah.
Uh,
That's a big. He's got that muscle man's southern accent
yeah,
in
his
this one.
cowboy. Come on, Fives. Like little accent he does.
It's great. That's funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know where I'd put it.
On, I think it's probably a B again. I know there's a lot of B's on this tier list, but
Yeah.
a lot these aren't bad episodes.
No, no. Compared, these are this is B compared to the other episodes in the
Yeah,
series
which like these
or
are
the season.
really good episodes. There's just a lot of great ones in this season.
hmm Like B in no means is average. B is great. The only
Yeah,
exception is the unicorn episode.
I'd say C is probably average, and
Yeah.
we don't even have any in there.
No. And then D is just unpleasant to watch.
Yeah,
which I can
he
think of a
is.
few of those off my head from the series.
Yeah.
But I agree with B. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And then
Moving on.
finally, we have not series, season finale, Emmy nominee, Mordecai and the Rigbys. Mordecai and Rigby have to learn a song to perform at an open mic night at the coffee shop.
Would you like to go first?
I can. This was the Mordecai and the Rigby episode, just to get a clearer picture of it, where they bought band T-shirts and showed them off to Margaret, and just like very casually just dropped, "Oh yeah, we're in a band," and Margaret was like, "Oh yeah, you should perform at the open mic then," and they didn't have a band, so they had to learn how to be in a band. This Mordecai and the Rigby's episode, as opposed to the two or three other ones.
Yeah.
But uh, I don't remember a whole lot from this episode other than the future selves, which was pretty cool. I do think it's at least an A tier though.
No, I definitely
I
agree.
love this episode.
I think it's a strong A for me. It's a very fun episode to watch, and I just love the older versions of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're British for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's because they're rock stars. All rock stars are
Oh
British.
yeah, all Rockstars are British. Um, which fair point.
Yeah.
But wow, what a song! What a song to
What a
end the
song
season.
is right. Was it Party Tonight? Was that the song that was playing, or was that
Yeah, it was. Baby, let's just party tonight.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
It's got a great guitar intro,
I love.
even if they weren't really playing it. But
There was that music video for some reason.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is an A. I love this. I
A,
think it was a great way to end the season.
a strong A for sure.
Yeah,
Uh, Probably the best A. So not that the order matters or anything, but I will
yeah.
move it to the
But I
front
will
of
say
A.
it is the best A.
Yeah.
That's the list.
That's the list. The Power, Set Up the Chairs, Grilled Cheese Deluxe is S. Mordecai and the Rigbys, Caffeinated Concert Tickets, Punchies at A. And then in B is Free Cake, Meet Your Maker, Prank Callers, Don and Rigby's Body. No C. And then Unicorns is Unicorns.
Yeah, I think that's a. Yeah. I know we said we are probably gonna make changes, which we already did. But usually, maybe go back and review it and stuff. But after
Yeah.
hearing what you just said,
Yeah.
I think this is a perfect list.
I I think it's the perfect list for the perfect first episode. Uh, I do also have some fun facts about the episodes if you want. If I
Oh yeah,
can if we can go ahead and say those.
we can do some fun facts.
Yeah.
Which yeah, let's just go through the episodes of some fun facts. You wanna start with Power?
Yeah, I can start. And these are facts taken directly from fandom.com if you want to know where we
The
got
yep,
our
regular show fandom.
yeah.
This is
Uh,
our source, our wild source.
mhm. So with the Power first episode, you have specialty characters. Like you got the normal Mordecai, Rigby, Benson, Pop, Skips. And then you have the Wizard and you have Moon Monster, and those are the named characters in the show, I suppose. This episode also reveals that Mordecai and Rigby are both 23 years old at the time of whenever this episode takes place. Um, some references is the wrestling doll is a pretty keen reference to Hulk Hogan,
Yeah,
and
I
there's
can see it.
not a whole lot of other super interesting facts about it. There's a frame where the cart is missing a fourth pole that holds the roof, but otherwise pretty normal episode.
That is an interesting one.
Also some voice or some line changes, which I forgot were in this one. But otherwise, that's about all I've got from the Power. If you want to do just set up the
Oh
chairs,
yeah,
or
I can do just set up the chairs.
yeah, we can alternate.
Yeah. So it's got the normal characters. Here it's got Mordecai, Rigby, Skips, and the Destroyer of Worlds, of course.
Can't forget.
And some minor characters. You got the Lemon Chef. the special entertainment, and Jimmy the child.
The special
So those are
entertainment.
some, yeah, those are some fun ones. Um, some trivia about it is the date the episode aired was actually J.G. Quintel's 28th birthday. So there you go.
Happy birthday to
And
him.
yeah, there's a running gag where Pops believes it's his birthday, despite the fact that it's not, even after Benson told him his birthday was last week. So, and I'm pretty sure this is the one where he floats into the sky with his balloons, right?
Yeah, because he just lands his balloons on the cart as they're running away from the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay. What else is there? Pop culture references. When Lemon Chef beats Destroyer of Worlds, the fruit he eats makes a reference to the fruit in Pac-Man, apparently.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he eats cherries, I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. Could also be
No.
something else, but
Yeah. Very tragic in the UK alternate version. The line "Benson's gonna drop his balls" is changed. "Benson's gonna drop his gumballs," which is awful.
that's
And
so
then the line
sad.
"We're screwed" was cut.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's about it.
UK has some very select censors
Yeah.
when it comes to
Seems
TV
like it.
shows. With caffeinated coffee beans, or caffeinated concert tickets, sorry. Not gonna read all the characters, but you got a Fist Pump and Margaret are in this one. Both the first appearances of this character, I believe, of these characters, I
Yeah.
mean, as well as the first episode that indicates Mordecai having a crush on Margaret, and the first song in the series, which is "Working for the Weekend" by Loverboy, uh, which kickstarts a very solid selection of songs used in the
Yes,
series as
it
a whole.
does.
Uh, in the UK, the word the word pants is replaced with jeans, and that's about it.
That's
Actually, that's not about it, but I will. If you want to look at the other alternate versions, you can do so in your spare time.
yep.
Uh, but the very weird words like morons changes to idiots. Uh, something here, something there. Just very select differences.
Yeah.
But that's all for caffeinated concert tickets.
All right. So for episode 4, we got Death Punchies, and the characters are actually just standard characters, except you got the sensei from Death Kwon being introduced. Um, let's see. There was a sequel to this episode, season 4, called Sandwich of Death. And let's see. During the scene where Rigby is trying to master the death punch, the song "You're the Best" by Joe Esposito plays. The movie from Karate Kid. The game Dig Champs is reference to the game Dig Dug. Obviously. And an interesting one is that the music at the end of the episode is from Berserk on the Atari 2600. So that's a pretty good one.
Hmm.
And then again, the UK alternate versions. Some just weird censorship, such as the word crappy being changed to cruddy, and Rigby's mention of his pepperonis being changed to chest hairs.
No
So,
way.
I yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But that's about it for Death Punchies.
Hmm. In a free cake, the next episode. There are a couple of things of note in this episode happened, such as Skips is revealed to be immortal. They just dropped that one of the characters is immortal on us. And then Gary and the Guardians of Eternal Youth also appear for the first time. Uh, and the direct sequel from this show or the direct sequel to the episode, rather, doesn't appear until season 3, which is the Fists of Justice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all I've got for free cake.
Okay. So for the next episode, which is Meet Your Maker. Let's see. Characters again standard, except of course, the hot dogs. And for the trivia, this is Tim Curry's first appearance on the show. He plays the evil hot dog leader. which is possibly an homage to his iconic role as Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Um, but that's honestly about it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there's some censorship because there was swearing in the original airing
Bars.
that rhymed. Yeah. But yeah, that was just that was changed.
There were a lot of lot more foul language in the original
Oh
episodes.
yeah, but yeah, that's about it for Meet Your Maker. So if you want to go on to our favorite episode,
Yeah, grilled cheese deluxe from Cheezers. I wish there was a Cheezers in real life that I could go to anyway.
yeah, I actually had grilled cheese for lunch. It's pretty good. It had mac and cheese in it.
I had grilled cheese too, except it was disappointing one slice of cheese in between two pieces of bread.
Oh, there you go.
Saddest grilled cheese of my life. Um, but normal characters, the first three characters that show up are normal. Mordecai, Rigby, Benson. And then the astronauts, along with everybody's favorite. Uh, give me a second.
You got it. You got it.
uh,
Doctor Ostinopoulos.
that's the one.
Is that it? I don't even have the pull up.
Uh,
Smell
Dr. Asanovskovich, that's what it was. Yeah, I normally I can read. My letters were getting turned around though. Uh, along with Angry Lady, everyone's favorite.
First one's favorite.
Um, we got a lot of references in the later season 7 episode, VIP members only. A lot of references to this episode. A lot of callbacks. Um, more of an episode connection than a fun fact, but even though they lie about being astronauts, they do become astronauts later on in the series. Uh, pop culture references. We actually get the third song, which is one of my favorite songs in both the season and the series, is "Lies" by the Thompson Twins.
Yep.
Uh, and the saddest cut that might have been made in the entire series is that the Esther's thing with the balls is dropped in the UK version. So
Wow. Man, this show just probably wasn't as good in the UK.
it it was probably great, but it wasn't
No, it was
the
probably
best.
great, but I mean,
Yeah,
just because I got off balls,
that's
man,
the saddest.
that's just the saddest thing.
Yeah.
Is that all for
That's about all for grilled cheese deluxe. I love that
alright, so
episode.
going from one of the best episodes to one of the worst. Next
hmm
episode is the unicorns have got to go, which
Ugh.
character-wise, everyone's the same except the unicorns, obviously. Um, let's see. Let's look at some of this trivia. A lot of this trivia honestly doesn't make sense, so I'm not gonna read it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to read one of them just to
Yeah,
give
please
you
do.
a hint?
Please
All
do.
right. So everyone listening, please try to understand what I'm about to say. The scene that fifth unicorn when Rigby comes to bedroom and causing to break is also reminiscent of Larva, season 1 episode Balloon, where yellow jumps down on the balloon and deflates down the red, makes a heartbroken.
Wow, how inspirational.
I can't. So that's yeah. There's your pop culture references. Um, but alternate versions in the UK, the flashback of the unicorns knowing all about the ladies is cut.
Shame.
And then just some more line changes. Like Benson saying, "You two morons had better get this mess cleaned up." Is changed that "You two idiots had better get this mess cleaned up." So I just feel like morons is changed to idiots in the UK.
Yeah, I think Morans is probably way heavier in the UK, I could only assume.
I guess, yeah. But I mean, that's essentially it. Not much else trivia for the
No,
worst episode of the season.
true. Heading over to prank callers, on the other hand. Very weird time-wise, as regular show is. Because J.G. Quintel states that the show took place in the 90s. Uh, and Mordecai and Rigby were sent to the 80s, but when they're traveling through the years, there's a counter that kind of counts down or counts up, depending on where they're at. And the highest number seen was 2004. So it may have also taken place in 2004, at least this episode.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's about all of that's about it. A couple more UK line changes that that don't make a whole lot of sense as an American. Like crap has changed to crud, and that's about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's that's it for that episode.
Okay, moving on to this episode of Dawn. For characters, obviously we have the introduction of Dawn, and it also has the audit listed as an actual character. Um, but for the trivia, it says Rigby has a brother named Don, who, although looks taller and more muscular than him, is actually his younger brother. This is the first time a member of one of the main characters' families makes an appearance in the show. This episode also reveals that Mordecai and Rigby have been friends since they were kids, and there's also a running gag during this episode where Rigby mispronounces the word audit. Um, then there's a couple of goofs. It says one of them is, despite Muscle Man being fired in this episode, he is shown to still have his job in all the following episodes, which that's a bit interesting. But other than that, there's a couple alternate lines in the UK version, such as "I don't want your freaking sugar" is changed to "I don't want your stupid sugar," and "crap" being changed to "crud," which is a running theme for the UK version. But anyway, that's it for Dom. If you want to move on.
Yeah, I can move on to Rigby's body. So with Rigby's body, I probably like the trivia about this episode the most because, well, one, High Five Ghosts, this is his very first line that he ever speaks in the show, and then his voice changed later on in the
Yep.
series to something I prefer more, but I do really enjoy hearing the differences between the two. Uh, Mordecai eats a hot dog in a Twinkie with cheese spray. Might be a reference to the Twinkie Wiener Sandwich from UHF, the film. And some people also compare uh, the fact that Rigby's body is a pile of slime to Blue from Foster's Home. Uh, as I think I mentioned earlier, Muscle Man also has a different voice in this episode. Uh, he talks in a slightly more southern accent than normal, and I reference that all the time. A couple of other UK changes, but none of note. So moving on to the last episode of the series, the
Okay, I
season.
will take over
Sorry, last
for
episode of the
that. No,
season.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Mordecai, as you said, last episode of the season. What a great season finale. Mordecai and the Rigbys, great episode.
honestly, finish how
But
they started.
yep. And characters, nothing crazy, but they do have future Mordecai and future Rigby, which are two great characters, I believe. Yep. But for some trivia, this episode actually received an Emmy nomination for short format animated program, which wow, what a fact. What a great fact. You know, that makes me so happy.
I can't
They
believe
got
they
an
were
Emmy
nominated.
nomination.
Yeah, I can't believe they were nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah. Another fact is that although this episode is a season finale, it was originally conformed as the mid-season finale. There's also a sequel to this episode, and season five, which is Return of Mordecai and the Rigbys. Um, some pop culture references. Future Mordecai's line, "Our future's so bright, we gotta wear shades," is a reference to the song "The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades." The song is later heard in Regular Show the movie, interesting enough. Also, I'd just like to point out the fact that future Mordecai and future Rigby are British because all rock stars are British, which is a great point.
That is
Um,
my favorite fact of all time. You cannot be a
yeah,
rock star without being British.
exactly. Which, yes, that is a fact. Also, what a great song. Party Tonight, great song. Um, there's a instrumental version of Party Tonight that plays during the credits. And then there's some goofs in it, such as Muscle Man not being listed in the credits despite having a speaking role. and then of course there's the UK alternate versions. But besides that, that's pretty much it. It's all the facts and characters from Mordecai and the Rigbys.
That's a pretty good pretty good list of facts. Something that I actually found while I was looking it up right now was that would you like to hear the other nominees in the
Love to hear the other nominees in this
in
Emmy
which yeah.
award.
Um so the Emmy award was Outstanding Short Format Animation Program 2011 was when this was
Yeah.
nominated. Alongside was Adventure Time, Regular Show, Robot Chicken, and SpongeBob SquarePants. And do you remember the Disney short Prep and Landing?
I do not remember that.
It was a like Operation Secret Santa Prep and Landing was a little Disney holiday special for Christmas. I actually
Okay.
really enjoyed watching it. Uh, but that Disney's Prep and Landing was the winner.
Okay.
It was up against, as I mentioned before, Regular Show that the Mordecai and the Rigbys. Uh, the Adventure Time episode, it came from the Nightosphere, which I actually do remember some of that episode. Uh, but I'm pretty sure that was a significant episode. The SpongeBob episode, that sinking feeling, which do you remember which episode that was?
Not based on the title, but I've 100% seen it probably. Because
Uh,
I've seen every SpongeBob episode.
that is true. That sinking feeling is um what even happened in this episode? Sorry, this is a very long tangent, but
That's fun.
uh
In
something like
Karate Star, season
yeah.
7.
Oh, they dig tunnels in their under their backyard in front of their
Oh,
houses.
oh, yes, I remember this episode.
Yeah, that was that episode that was up against it. And then Robot Chicken, I don't personally care about Robot Chicken, but it's
Me
the
neither, but
Robot Chicken's
yeah.
DP Christmas special was the other one. Prep and Landing won, which understandable, but still sad. Some good episodes it was up against. Uh, but no, that concludes the video. Uh, unless there's any last minute things you wanted to say.
No, think it's everything. I mean, we got our tier list. I think it is a perfect tier list.
One more time, the tier list is The Power Just Set Up the Chairs and Grilled Cheese Deluxe, an S tier. An A tier is Mordecai and the Rigbys, Caffeinated Concert Tickets, and Death Punchies. B tier is Free Cake, Meet Your Maker, Prank Calls, Don, and Rigby's Body. Nothing in C tier, and then Unicorns in the Unicorn tier. Hate that
Hmm.
episode.
Me too. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Unless you have anything else to say.
No, I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate it. Please let us know. If you guys want us to do anything else, or if you have any suggestions. We're definitely going to be continuing the regular show series, the tier list of all the other seasons. But that is it. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.